or perhaps I'll do the announcement later when we towards the end of the meeting. Okay. Let me start with this now. Let me just do some facts about Bitcoin. For those who are coming here for the first time, or perhaps don't know about Bitcoin, let me do just this shortly. Okay, a fact about Bitcoin. All right. So we're going to have two parts in this presentation. The first part is going to be talking about some facts about Bitcoin. Okay, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin value cannot be manipulated like any government or company or individual. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. The simplest way I can explain Bitcoin to you is, I don't have my phone here. Think about a Java phone, all right? Like those Java phones that could only do calls and messaging, okay? Then think about a smartphone, okay? A smartphone today goes beyond just calls and messaging. A smartphone is like an office. A smartphone, you can receive and send emails. You can download apps on it. Your banking app can be on it. You can even do a webinar. Some of you are on this webinar with your phone. So it goes beyond calling and texting. Okay. Now that's exactly how cryptocurrency is. Cryptocurrency is a smart currency. While your local currency, like your dollar, your pound, your naira, your Australian USD, your rand, they're like just the normal Java phone. You know why? Because your local currency transaction, only buying and selling, it only has the transactionary advantage. But cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, okay, its advantage goes beyond just transactionary purpose. It can serve as an asset. It can act as a couple of things. And that's why if someone asks you what's the difference between Bitcoin and Rand, or Bitcoin and your local currency, tell them that my local currency is a currency, while Bitcoin is a smart currency. Okay. Now, some of the reasons why Bitcoin is a smart currency is that it cannot be manipulated by government, company, or individuals. Government prints money without any stop, without any form of regulation, and that's bringing about inflation. But there's so much supply of money, okay, and the amount of things being produced cannot match the supply. So there's a high, inflation. Number two is that Bitcoin started trading at 3 cents in March 2010. The first time Bitcoin was traded was 3 cents. Bitcoin market was the first Bitcoin exchange. Where Bitcoin was first bought, okay, was at Bitcoin market. Okay, that's the name of the place. Satoshi Nakamoto is the name behind Bitcoin creation. He created this wonderful smart currency and stepped out and left, took a bow and left the place. All right. There will only be 21 million Bitcoin in the world. Only will be 21 million Bitcoin in the world. And that is another advantage of Bitcoin, that there will be only 21 million Bitcoin in the world. And only 17 has been mined or in circulation. Now, having Bitcoin today, it's like having gold in 1930. Now, in 2010, $1 will buy 33 Bitcoin. But today, 33 Bitcoin is over $400,000, right? So in 2010, if you took $1, okay, if you took $1 to the Bitcoin market, you would have gotten 33 Bitcoin. And I don't know if you know that in 2010, if you had one Bitcoin and you went to a supermarket, perhaps you will not be able to buy anything. All right. And remember, in 2010, if you had $100, you could buy a lot of stuff, okay, from the grocery. But today, if you walk to grocery with the same $100, you're going to buy less stuff, but not with one Bitcoin. Today, if you walk into a grocery with one Bitcoin, you're going to buy a whole lot of stuff, okay? Now, that is some very beautiful and exciting thing about Bitcoin, all right? Now, Nigeria has the largest Bitcoin trading volume in Africa. There are over 4,000 Bitcoin ATMs in the world, and it's 5% in America. Now, inter-country money transfer is cheaper and faster with Bitcoin than MoneyGram and Western Union. Bitcoin is borderless. Think about what email did to post office. So we want to send cards. We want to send what do they call it? We want to send letters previously from a country to another country. It spent days because there is a border. Okay, border. So you're gonna have to stamp and all of this kind of stuff. But with email, you're gonna receive the message the same moment, irrespective of how far you are from where the sender is. So that's exactly what Bitcoin is doing now. The internet dissolved border in the distribution of information. Now Bitcoin has dissolved border in the distribution of money. Okay, excellent. Now Bitcoin does not discriminate and is not a racist. Yeah, I always say this, that if you hold your local currency, there's a way you feel compared to when you're holding the currency of some other country or some other nation, no matter what. Exactly. But with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is not owned by any government. Okay, it's not issued by any corporation. It's not issued by anybody. It's issued by everybody. So it does not discriminate, and it's not a racist. And that's why I said Bitcoin is the currency that can also help to solve the problem of discrimination across the world. Now, Bitcoin has been declared dead more than 344 times by the mainstream media. Anytime Bitcoin drops, it's dead, it's dead, it's dead. Well, now, good thing here is that every time Bitcoin drops in value, so imagine Bitcoin gets up to this height and it drops below, okay? From history, every time Bitcoin drops, value drops, it exceeds the previous high. See it? It's like a ball. When you throw a ball, it hits the ground, okay, to go beyond where it started from. Okay, so that's the beauty. Now, how many of you know this? Let me just push this to you if you don't know this now. The summary of everything is this. In value, Bitcoin cannot be manipulated. So your local currency is becoming manipulated. It's transparent, it's trackable. Okay, anybody can see it. Ledger is public. Unlike the local currency that promotes secret and hidden acts and activities. Cross-country transfer period. Okay, remember, like the email, with Bitcoin, you can transfer money from here to Australia, to Jamaica, and it gets there in the same moment. It doesn't, there are no border difference. It's instant. But if you're doing local currency, you're going to spend about 2 to 5 days. Now, how about the cost of transferring money? You can even transfer as much as $1 million for as low as 1 cent in Bitcoin. But with local currency, you're going to be spending about 7% to 15%. That is huge. Okay. Now let's talk about the growth. How many of you really know that since 2010, when Bitcoin started, until now, Bitcoin has been growing, has been appreciating in value. Think about something in 2010 that was just worth 3 cents for one. Today is worth over $10,000. Would you say that thing has depreciated? And remember that there is no asset in the world, or there's no tradable commodity in the world that just goes up on a straight line. So it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up. So every time it comes down, the media say it has crashed. But something with Bitcoin, we will say Bitcoin has crashed if today Bitcoin value is less than 3 cents. Because that's where it started from. Something crashed. If you bought an aircraft and it goes up and there's turbulence, it comes down a bit. and the aircraft hasn't touched the ground, would you say the aircraft has crashed? No, it hasn't crashed. But guess what? From 2010 to today, our local currency has been going down. Our local currency has been the one depreciating in value because the purchasing power keeps reducing and reducing. What about the future advantage? Why are you on this call today? Because of the future advantage. The future advantage is that the trust in Bitcoin is going up. It's going up. And you can see that all over the news. There's a lot of massive adoption all over the world. All over the world. Big corporations are beginning to adopt Bitcoin. Governments are beginning to change their body language towards Bitcoin. Because people just see that they have no choice. Because the more people understand Bitcoin, the more they see the reason to move from the local currency to the smarter currency. But what about our local currency? Trust is decreasing. It's decreasing. It's decreasing. And I can tell you for a fact that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is already taking the lead, and it would win. Food for thought. Before Satoshi Nakamoto left the scene after creating Bitcoin, he left asking some very simple, powerful questions. He said, what truly is the definition of money? Who should control money? Should the government control money supply? Should corporations regulate money? Should everyone contribute to the daily regulation of money? And these are questions that we're asking. These are questions that we keep asking. These are questions that people have been asking. Now, what truly is the definition of money? Who should control money? And this is some of the reasons that motivated Satoshi Nakamoto to provide a solution to the current problem of money. That led him again from country to country, from continent to continent, from nation to nation. Now, this is where I'm going to stop. Yeah? Don't be misled. Bitcoin has come to stay. Forget about what people are saying. The only thing that really matters, the only flipping that matters is this. Today, gold, okay, the total, if you put the entire gold that has been mined in the world, the total value is about $7.5 trillion. Okay, now that $7.5 trillion, 1 gram of gold or ounce is about $1,300 or thereabouts. Okay, and of course, it's still far lower than one Bitcoin. One Bitcoin is over $10,000. But the total Bitcoin as been mined is just worth $208 billion. Now remember that the amount of Bitcoin that would ever be in circulation is fixed. So as more people are trusting Bitcoin, as more people are understanding Bitcoin, guess what? Since the supply is fixed and demand is increasing, what will happen to price? It'll go up. And we're saying for a fact that when the market cap of Bitcoin is about $7.5 trillion, which is going to be very soon, the least amount you can buy a Bitcoin will be $421,000 for one Bitcoin. So anybody on this course today, I can tell you for a fact that if you've never started your journey on Bitcoin, I can tell you congratulations. You're among the 1% of the 1% in the world right now who is ahead in terms of the financial revolution. Once again, congratulations. Now, part 2 is how do I make money with Bitcoin? How do I make money with Bitcoin? Now, this is where I'm going to welcome you to PythonSignals. Please note, PythonSignals right now is the largest Bitcoin holding community in the world, the fastest growing Bitcoin community in the world. In the last 15 months, we've been able to penetrate into 40 countries, and we're in 5 continents. Okay, and for me, I can tell you for a fact that PythonSignals is the only legal Bitcoin platform where people can truly find a solution, find a path, start their journey in Bitcoin, and arrive at success and champion in 2 years or less. Now, we understand in PythonSignals that 85% of the jobs that will be around in 2030 have not been created. In PythonSignals, we're helping you stay ahead of the future global hazard by showing you how to earn and grow Bitcoin. So the next slide I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to show you how to earn, and I'm showing you how to grow the Bitcoin. So once again, good morning, and let's go into PythonSignals. Now, we want to show you how to grow and earn Bitcoin. That's just all we do in PythonSignals. Now you understand the importance of Bitcoin. So now let me show you how you can grow and earn Bitcoin. Right, all right. PythonSignals, like I said, is an invitation to join the largest Bitcoin holding community in the world. We intend to have 7 million Bitcoin as our community. The worth of our community should be around 7 million Bitcoin, right? And we believe that 1 Bitcoin, okay, will be $1 million in the next few years. That means our community should be worth over $1 trillion. So it's an invitation to join a $1 trillion community. Okay, our corporate office is in Mauritius. Our data analytics center is in Australia. That's where we get market tips and reports to grow our Bitcoin. And our administration is at South Africa. All right. The community is currently being pioneered. These are the pioneers. Please note, PythonSignals is not a company. It's more of a community. Okay. It's been pioneered by these 3 gentlemen that actually came up with this concept that's shaking the world. They're shaking over 40 countries right now, 5 continents. Marius Landman is acting as a chief data analyst in the community. He leads the entire data analytics center, okay, where we have a number of smart people all over the world, some of the smartest data analysts in the world. Number 2, we have Gavin Victor, the director of business operations, okay, ensuring that everything is going smoothly in the entire community, okay. And then we have Ejoke, director of marketing, myself, and technology. And of course, on this call, we have the international PRO, Marius Landman. She is the rock behind most of the fantastic things going on right now in the community too. Wendy, once again, you're welcome on this call. So quickly, I'm going to show you, if I call Wendy in, what do we want to achieve? Everybody in PythonSignals has a minimum goal of achieving. We want everybody to have a minimum of 7 Bitcoin in PythonSignals. So you coming into PythonSignals, our first task is to help you get to 7 Bitcoin. And how we do that is to show you or help you to grow and to earn Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin is going, remember what I showed you, over $400,000. And our analyst is telling us that it's going to get to over $1 million. Now imagine getting 7 Bitcoin, that's over $7 million. That's huge, man. That is super huge. So how do we do that? Like I said, we grow. I'm going to show you the first way you can get up to 7 Bitcoin. And from 7 Bitcoin, you can go ahead, continue to the moon. Okay? It's with the growth strategy. We have a growth strategy. I like how when they call it the farming strategy or the accumulation strategy. The buy low, sell high, repeat strategy. I'm going to show you the growth strategy. Now, this is all about what we do to grow your Bitcoin. Before I actually go deep into this structure you're seeing on this slide, you must understand that we have 2 types of coins, 2 types of smart currencies. That's cryptocurrency. We have 2 types. We have the stable coin and we have the volatile coin. Now, for the stable coin, the difference between both is that stable coin, they do not appreciate or depreciate in value. So if you have $1,000 in stable coin, it's still a cryptocurrency. It still possesses the same feature like Bitcoin. But if you have $1,000 in stable coin, it will remain $1,000 for the next 500 billion years. It doesn't appreciate, it doesn't depreciate. Now, but if you have $1,000 in a volatile coin, let's say you have one Bitcoin. You bought one Bitcoin when one Bitcoin was $1,000. That one Bitcoin remains, but the value can appreciate and it can also depreciate. So because of these differences, our analyst said, hey, okay, you know what? We can actually grow our Bitcoin with this system. Let me show you how that works. Okay. Now, this is what you need to keep in mind. At the top, all your funds should be on stablecoin. While at the bottom, your funds should be on volatile coin. And this is the reason why. Let's say you buy $25 worth of Litecoin. You buy $25 worth of Litecoin. Meanwhile, when one Litecoin was $25, and these are the bottom. Remember I said at the bottom, okay, it should be on volatile coin. Now, whenever the market is at the bottom, is going up, the value of your one Litecoin will appreciate. And let's assume this time that it gets to $100. Now, anytime the market gets to a top, it's preparing to go down. So once the market gets to a top, what happens is that you immediately convert your fund from the volatile coin to a stable coin. So now you have $100 in stable coin. So when the market is dropping from the top, your $100 remains $100. It doesn't change in value. Now, when it gets to another bottom, okay, because when it drops, okay, it drops to a bottom, to a new bottom, and rises again to a new top. Now, when it gets to a bottom, what happens? I said, anytime it gets to the bottom, you swap back to volatile coin. You cannot swap to Litecoin again. Now, because you have $100 as stable coin, and now one Litecoin is $50, you cannot have two Litecoin. So you see how your one Litecoin has gone to two Litecoin. Very simple. Now at the bottom again, what happens? The market is going up and your funds, the value of the coin is increasing. And this time around, we assume that it was $500 for one Litecoin. Since you have two Litecoin, guess what happens? You have $1,000 in stable coin. You convert at the top to stable coin. Now, when it's going down again to form a new bottom, your funds will not be affected. Now, at that bottom, once again, you cannot convert to a volatile coin. Now, because you have 1,000 stable coin and the new bottom, one Litecoin equal to $100, you can now have 10 Litecoin. Now, look at it. So you see how your one Litecoin has gone to two Litecoin, has gone to 10 Litecoin. That's how your 0.1 Bitcoin can go to 0.3 Bitcoin, can go to 0.5 Bitcoin, can go to 1 Bitcoin, can go to 2 Bitcoin, can go to 4 Bitcoin, up to 7 Bitcoin, and up you go. So it's all about converting, it's all about moving your funds at the right time from stable to volatile, back to stable, back to volatile. That's all we do. That is our growth strategy. Anybody can do it. Now, please note number one is that there is never a time you have to draw a graph. Never. There is never a time that you have to sit down and look at the computer. Never. Now, all we do in PythonSignals is that when you become a subscriber, when you join PythonSignals, it is free. Okay? When you become a subscriber, every time the market is trying to make a new bottom or make a new top, you get an email notification and tell you to log into your back office. You click into the blog and you can see for a fact where the market is going. Where is the new bottom? Where is the new top? So all you have to do is just say, okay, I'm preparing myself. I just put the pending order. When it gets there, trigger it. When it gets there, trigger it. And that's it. Very, very simple. Now, number two is that PythonSignals never takes your money. So what do I mean by that? It's just like you want to buy stocks. You go to a stockbroker to buy your stock. If you want to do this conversion from stable to volatile, volatile to stable, the stockbroker for cryptocurrencies are called exchangers. PythonSignals is not an exchanger. All we simply do is tell you or guide you, advise you, whatever, when to swap, when to be unstable, or when to be on volatile. We suggest to you that you make it, you out of your discretion, you do what you want to do. Okay, so you go to your own exchange, any exchange of your choice. So at any point in time, you are never at the favor or the mercy of anybody. Your money is in your control, and that is beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Now, let's go here. Remember, at the top, it should be unstable. At the bottom, it should be volatile. Now, let's go here now. So this is the $1 million question. When is the next top? And when is the next bottom? Because if we know that at the top, we should be unstable, at the bottom, we should be on volatile. We want to know when is the next top and when is the next bottom. This is where our chief data analyst, Marius Landman, comes into play. Yes. Now I'm going to tell you 2 stories about this guy. Then Wendy's going to come and tell us about his history. How is it that successful in doing this? He's currently perhaps one of the smartest guys in the planet right now, who is able to call the next top and call the next bottom. But let's look at history carefully. In December 2017, Bitcoin went as high as $20,000 per buy. And $20,000 was the top. Now, that happened around December 16, December 17. Now, Marius Landman released a report, a market tip and report, as at December 4th, that same year, 2017, telling all the subscribers that, hey guys, Bitcoin is going to 19,000, 20,000. But when it gets there, Bitcoin is going to fall. It's going to get that a new top. It's going to go to a new bottom. And he said the new bottom could be as low as $11,000. Guess what? Everybody in the world was saying that Bitcoin is going to 50,000, it's going to $100,000. And guess what? A lot of people, like, remember at the top, you should be on stable. You should be on a stable coin. So a lot of people didn't swap their stable coin. They left it on a volatile coin at the top. So their money would just reduce drastically. And that left a lot of people retiring, became successful, those who were following Marius Landman. Now, number 2 is that this year, sometime around March, when Bitcoin was trading around 3,900 or so, Marius released a report. He said, Bitcoin year starts April 1st every year. And he said, we should watch what will happen between April 1st to April 5th. And that is actually from his algorithm. And he said, if between April 1st and April 5th, Bitcoin breaks the 3,200 line, Bitcoin is going maybe to as low as $1,000 for one. But if Bitcoin crosses 4,200, then Bitcoin is going to make a new top at 6,000, and then another top at 8,000, then crosses 10 and to 12. And guess what happened? Between April 1st and April 5th, Bitcoin crossed 4,200. And guess what? Bitcoin went up. Boom. 6,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000. And right now, Bitcoin is trading between 9,000 and 10,000. Now, everybody around the world, most people are saying Bitcoin's going to drop, Bitcoin's going to drop, Bitcoin's going to drop. What our algorithm is saying will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. I can tell you for a fact that people who are actually connected to PythonSignals are smiling, and they are actually growing their Bitcoin with the tip and market report from Marius Landman. So over to you, Wendy. Tell us, what was Marius' history? How did he stumble into this breakthrough? What really happened, Wendy? Let's hear from you. Over to you, Wendy.
Hi, thank you for having me, Ejoke. And what, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Sure,
okay.
I can hear you, Wendy.
Great. Yeah, thank you for having me. Yes, Marius is my husband. I'm very blessed to be married to him, and it's been quite a wild ride in crypto. We got in probably, I guess, about 5 years ago. I wanted to get into it long before then, but it was too risky, and I didn't really take it seriously when it was a lot lower. But what happened was we were both, when we were married and struggling, just like everybody else, you know, we're both working jobs, taking care of kids, and trying to make ends meet, and trying to take care of all, you know, all the bills that everybody has. We're just like everybody else. And we invested our money, our retirement funds, in gold and silver stocks. And they weren't doing any well for us years ago, and we lost a lot of money. So, as anybody knows, the stock market is pretty volatile as well. So, that's what we had originally done, and we were both seeking ways to try and invest our retirement funds, and we were trying to buy a property. Most people go into real estate and have rental income. But unfortunately for us here in Australia, it's extremely expensive to do that. You have to have a lot of money down, and when you're raising kids, it wasn't really feasible for us to jump off and buy a couple pieces of property. We just didn't have those kind of funds. So what we ended up doing was we were seeking different ways, and I came across Bitcoin again. It came up on Google or search or whatever, and I thought, oh, well, maybe I should look into that a little bit more. And so I did some research on it, and I decided, well, it's worth a go. Let's see what I can do on it. And I was able to open a wallet by myself. You can Google and go to YouTube. YouTube can teach you just about anything you ever want to know about anything. So I encourage you, if you want to learn about Bitcoin, there's lots and lots of information on YouTube free to you to learn. That's how I learned. So I opened up a wallet here in Australia, and I started investing my tax money and some money that Marius had given me for a plane ticket back home. I had a little bit of time to spare with that. And so I invested that money in cryptos, and I just got really lucky. I started doing some research on the background of the companies, the use of the coin, who the inventors were, and, just doing your own research on those coins. And I ended up buying Verge right before the big Verge surge, and I made a lot of money on it. So I got really excited about it, but I hadn't told Marius what I was doing with my money. So it was like I needed to explain to him that we really needed to get into cryptos, because I made a lot of money, and I thought, well, we need to take a serious look at this. So when I found the right time and I approached him with it and explained to him what I was doing, he said, well, let me look at your portfolio. So he did. And he started laughing, and he said, you did this on your own? And he was kind of shocked that I was actually able to do it on my own and figure it out. I guess he thought because my hair color was blonde, I didn't know what I was doing. So sometimes that happens. But little did I know that Marius had also invested in crypto. Then he hadn't told me about it either. But he was investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. He was in more of the stable coins, and he was making money too, but not as much as I had made in Verge. So with that being said, we both put our heads together, and we decided that we were really going to take a serious look at Bitcoin, and we went all in. We made that call. We decided that we were going to give it our best shot. We were still young enough that if we had to start over and we lost everything on Bitcoin, because we're taking a gamble here, that we would be able to start over again. And we were okay with that. So we agreed that that's what we were going to do. And we did, and we haven't regretted one moment of it ever since. I can honestly tell you, in 3.5 years' time, we are completely debt-free, including owning our home. So it's like it's a dream come true. Like everybody always thinks about owning your own home, and that you would actually be that well-to-do, but we actually are debt-free. And we both keep ourselves very humble. We still drive used cars, but Marius still wants one of those newer cars. So we're actually looking at that now for him. But we just have other people that we want to help right now, and we are committed for the next 2 years, while we have this special time in Bitcoin to be able to make these insane gains right now. We're committed to helping everybody get there. It's just such a wonderful feeling to actually, and a blessing actually, to be able to say that, you're actually debt free. And I want everybody to be there. And Bitcoin, if they can do it for me, it can do it for you. And I learned how to day trade, and I traded crypto for a year before I got up enough money to even make it worthwhile to day trade. But I'm just telling you, you can start off with little and you can make it a lot. But farming coins, the way the report tells you, Marius and his team study cryptocurrency 24/7. We have people all over the world that we get together with, and we talk crypto with on a daily basis. Marius doesn't stop. He invests. He's trading millions on the blocks. So he's committed for the next 2 years not to leave his computers. We don't travel. We didn't get to go anywhere for his birthday this year because there's only this one time that we're ever going to be able to make this kind of money, and we're set to retire in 2 years. We could retire now, but we're committed for the next 2 years to get everybody else where they need to be. And we have a bigger mission. We're giving to people that we know in, I think it's northern Ghana, that we supply. We're building water wells there, and it's a passion of ours with a ministry that we deal with there, and we want to be able to do more. So what we're doing is we're investing in crypto, and Marius tells you we're not allowed to give financial advice on cryptocurrency. But what we are doing is we're telling you what we are doing when we're getting in and when we're getting out. And if you learn, just as Ejoke told you, the reports will tell you how to farm for coins. So if you start off with one coin or a portion of a coin, and you know where the high point is, you take your coin out and you put it in a stable coin. From there, you watch it go down, and instead of panicking when the market goes down, you're excited, because when it gets down to the low point, you're going to buy back with your money, and you're going to buy twice as many coins. So it's just incredible. So, Marius's reports are very, very accurate. He's one of the most accurate people out there. And you can see by what Ejoke is showing you on the screen is, out of all the calls that he's made, he only has about 18 failed calls. No one is 100%. And it's very manipulated right now. Back, I'm going to say about a year ago, about a year and a half ago, Marius could predict the path of Bitcoin to the day and to the hour of when it was going to go up and down. Today, he cannot do that. It's manipulated too much. But we basically know what it's doing and about the time frame. And that's what we give you in the reports with PythonSignals. So there has been some failed calls, but look at all of the good calls that he's made and all the right calls that he's made. And there's been a lot of testimonies that you can see on the PythonSignals website on how accurate he is and how people have made a lot of money by farming coins. So with that, yeah, he's a great guy, and he's studying the market. And we highly encourage everybody to get in cryptocurrency while you can and while you can get it low. Just real quick, Ejoke, I wanted to explain to people who don't understand Bitcoin and what it can do to you, or actually do for you. Beginning this year in January, Bitcoin was under $4,000. It was about $3,700, $3,800 a Bitcoin. Okay, and people thought that was too much money to buy a Bitcoin. In, I think it was about March, it went up to $4,000 a Bitcoin. And then, as you know, if you look back in history of time, you've got July, it hit 13,000. You would have tripled your money. If you knew that it was going to 13,000, which our people do, we tell them what the market's doing. It went up to 13,000. They cashed out and wrote it on the side and made triple their money. So now it's dropped, and it's dropped down to about 9,000, 10,000, and people start panicking. Oh my goodness, Bitcoin's going down to 9,000. But we're all sitting here laughing, and we're just enjoying the ride because we're buying more at 9,000 because we know that it's going up to 22. So it's just like, these reports are very important to tell you when to buy and sell. So I'm going to turn it back over to Ejoke at this time to continue discussing the revenue share plan, how you actually earn with PythonSignals by coming in and not only enjoying the report, but I would encourage everybody to take a serious look at PythonSignals. I'm in PythonSignals myself. I do PythonSignals full-time now with cryptocurrency. And if you come in, give yourself a very minimum of a 3-month package. Most people that come into Python usually come in for the year. Give yourself a year to just really get these reports, understand Bitcoin, and actually really take it seriously, because this can really set you financially free. And then that way you don't have to worry about renewing your subscription, but just come in and enjoy and learn for a whole year. Give yourself a year, but while you're doing that, you can be farming coins and making a lot of money. So yes, my husband's very accurate, and we're excited about where Bitcoin's going.
Thank you very much, Wendy. That was really very helpful. And so, like I said, we are actually doing 2 things in PythonSignal. We're helping you grow your Bitcoin, which is through the market season report from one of the world leading data analysts, Marius Landman. He's the one helping us do that. with leading the entire team in Australia. And the second part of it is that we also show you how to earn Bitcoin. And that happens through what you see on my screen. It's called the Revenue Share Plan, ROSP in short. Now, you must understand that becoming a member in PythonSignals is free of charge. When you become a member, whoever invited you to this call, just tell him to send you a referral link. Okay, once you have that referral link, okay, you're already a member. You just sign up for free. Now, but for you to start getting this, for you to have access to the reports, okay, and for you to earn Bitcoin, you have to be on an active subscription, on any of these active subscriptions, 150, 250, 500, 2000. I'm going to come back here. But now this is the beautiful part of this. Every time somebody pays for a subscription in PythonSignals, 85% of that amount is paid back to subscribers. So 85% of 150, of 250, of 500, of $2,000 is paid back. And that is through the revenue share plan. And that's how we're expanding so fast across the world. No advertising. Like you. And that puts us as perhaps the highest paying affiliate system in the world. We're the highest paying, and not just the highest, that is really legal. Yeah, and that's very good. Now, let me tell you some advantages of our RSP plan. Number one is that you earn in Bitcoin. So the earning in Bitcoin, okay, can actually contribute to the 7 Bitcoins you get. Now, people usually ask me this question. Okay, I come on board right now. What do I have to do? I tell people, see, if you do not have a lot of money, do the 1-year plan, which is $500. Build your RSP for the next 6 months. That can generate thousands of dollars for you. And part of that money you get, take it to an exchanger and start using the market report to grow the Bitcoin while your RSP is producing for you. Very smart way. So you come on board, you do the 1-year subscription and use the RSP to grow, to grow and make thousands of dollars, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in the next 6 months. And then you have good money to start maximizing the report. Exactly. A number of people did that already. A number of people are doing that. So you earn in Bitcoin, which is number one. Number two is that the payout is instant. Let me tell you something. When somebody subscribes to PythonSignals, let's say the person subscribed 756. Now, 85% of that subscription is paid out the same 756 instantly. The entire 85% is paid at the same moment a subscription is done. There is no payment at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year. All payments are done instantly. We are the first in the world to do that. Number three is that when you get paid instantly, you can also make a withdrawal the same moment. Fantastic. So 85% is paid out the same moment subscription is done, and the 85% is also ready for withdrawal that same moment. We are the first to do that. Exciting. Very, very exciting. Number four is that there is no income cap. There's nothing like the maximum you can earn a day, a week, or a month is this. There's no limits, right? The number of money, the amount you can earn per day, per week, per month, is all open. It's freedom. That's the idea of Bitcoin. And PythonSignals wants to truly represent the principles behind Bitcoin, which is freedom. Now, number five is that there are no cut-off time. The system is always paying out commissions real time, always paying real time. And number six is spillover opportunities. Let me tell you something. This gives you the privilege to earn from people who came before you, the effort of those who came before you, and also those who will come after you can also earn from your effort. So it promotes team spirit, spillover income. Earning from those people who came from you, before you, their effort, and also those who came after you can also earn from your effort. Now that is why, if you're on this call today, and the person who invited you is yet to refer one person, make sure you sign up today. You know why? And fund your account today. You know why? Because in the first, I'm going to show you, if you are on the first level of that person, the chances of you getting a spillover is very high. I know of people who've earned over $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 in this system just from spillover. It's really beautiful. So you want to get on the first level of whoever invited you on this call. So actually, your first level taken. If not, man, just go immediately, because the possibility of getting a spillover is huge if you're on the first level of that person. Now, number 7 is that listen, I have never in my life seen a roadmap to earning $5.1 million this easy and this possible. There is a roadmap you can follow. And in that roadmap, you can be earning $5.1 million every single year. The most amazing thing about this is what you have to do is really amazing. It is very, very possible. And that's why I said it's doable. So let us start by understanding how does this 85% that's paid out, how is it distributed? It's distributed in 4 ways. Rising star payout, white star payout, level payout, and direct payout. Now, all these 4 ways are paid out at the same time. So when subscription comes in, okay, the subscription is distributed in 4 ways and paid out at the same time, instantly. So none of this payout is done at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the day, at the end of the year. It's done instantly. And so at every point in time, everybody in the community has money. Everybody in the community has Bitcoin. Everybody in the community can have money and can have Bitcoin sitting with them real time. Now, of all these 4 ways that you get paid, this is the only thing you have to do. Please and please take me very serious and please open your mind right now. There is only one thing you should do to enjoy the entire benefit of the RSP. Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5 things, just one thing. And that is focus on becoming a rising star. When you become a rising star, you are done with this. So your goal is to become a rising star. Become a rising star and you're done with this. Okay? When you become a rising star, you're done with this. Okay? Now, what does it take to become a rising star? Because that's only what you need to do. So what I'm going to be showing you right now, all you should think about is, I want to become a rising star. And when I become a rising star, I'm done. There's nothing else I have to do. This is all it takes to become a rising star. You have to refer 2 people, and those 2 people have to refer 2 people. One time, lifetime. You don't do that every day. You don't do that every week. You don't do that every month. You don't do that every year. You do it one time, lifetime. And this is it. This is structure. My 2 get their 2, get rising star. That's it. That's what it takes. That's everything you have to do. To access the entire 85%, just become a rising star. There's nothing else you have to do afterward. And that's why we said, your focus is to become a rising star, okay? And everybody in your team, their focus is to become a rising star. So as you come on board, you have to get an Ami and a Ben. Who is interested to do what? To grow and earn Bitcoin. And Ami in turn has to get their Andy and Beatrice. Ben has to get the Ben and the Beatrice. Yeah, rising star. And when this happens, what you need to do next is tell your guys, everybody becomes rising star. So you are not successful in PythonSignals RSP until you're a rising star. And let me tell you something. Remember, it's just 2 you need. That's it. Everybody needs 2. So Andy wants to be successful. So all Andy has to do to become a rising star is for Andy to have his 2 and Anne to have his 2. She's a rising star. For Ben to become a rising star, Bob needs to have his 2 and Bishop needs to have his 2. Very simple. So as you become a rising star, for Annie and Ben to become a rising star, it's a cakewalk. It's a cakewalk. It's a cakewalk. Now, the first reason why you need to, when you become a rising star, you get a rising star welcome bonus of $100. Now, this is the smallest income you would ever have in PythonSignals. Now, the other reason why you have to become a rising star, listen, is because of this. It's because of this. There is a $10 million income opportunity that's staring at your face right now as I'm speaking to you. $10 million. It comes from the white star bonus. When you become a rising star, you can now have access to this white star bonus, which is worth over $10 million. How does that work? Every time anybody in your team becomes a rising star, you start getting $20 per person, $20 per person, $20 per person. So it means now that once Annie to become a rising star, once Ben has his 2 and Annie gets his 2, Annie will get $100 rising star bonus. Okay. Why you get what? You get $20. Now for Andy to become a rising star, this one has Mrs. 2, Mrs. 2. He will get $100 rising star. Welcome bonus. Ami start getting $20 white star. You get $20 white star again. Now for Annie to become rising star, look, just to direct me to Annie too. She gets $100 rising star bonus, $100. And gets $20. I she got $20. You get $20. Now this continues. For this guy to become a rising star, his 2 needs to get his 2. When that happens, Annie gets $20. Ami gets the $20. You get $20. Rising star, look, just 2. This guy got his 2. Ben gets $100 white star bonus. You get $20. Now for Beatrice to become a rising star, just 2. Just 2. Beatrice gets $100. Ben gets $20 white star. You get $20. Now this continues. This continues. That's why this is a game of, or rather, this is a system of become a rising star and everybody becomes a rising star. That's all. That is all. Now the question you're going to ask me is, how many times am I going to get this $20? Let me show you. Let me show you how many times you're going to get it. Look at it. 524,000 times. 524,000 times. 286 times. Because your entire team can host 524,286 subscribers. And every time each of them becomes a rising star, you're going to be paid $20. And if you multiply $20 by 524,286, you will come up with this amount, $10.4 million. That's it. That's it. But now there's something that's very important I want to tell you. This is the only rule. There's no rule in this entire pound. There's no rule at all. The only thing here is about the 30 days challenge. Please take note about this challenge. The 30 days challenge is that we want you to only work for your first 30 days. Work in your first 30 days rather. In this plan, it's all about working only in your first 30 days. And what do I mean by working your first 30 days? We want you to refer your 2 in your first 30 days. And that's all. Your 2 should come in your first 30 days. That means what I'm saying next is that your Ami and your burn, you should be able to refer your Ami and your burn in your first 30 days. Why? If you don't refer your Ami and burn in your first 30 days, if you refer them after your 30 days, your white star bonus will be $5 instead of it to be $20 because you got them after 30 days. So because of that, you're going to be earning in total $2.6 million as white star bonus instead of $10.4 million, meaning that your negligence, follow me carefully, you would not be penalized for what somebody in your team didn't do. This is not a kind of plan like that. I know of plans in which if your team member didn't do something, you are penalized. No, this time around, you're only affected by what you did not do, not what somebody else doesn't do. It makes a lot of sense. If you didn't get your 2 in your first 30 days, you're automatically going to lose $7.8 million permanently from the $10.4 million. So this is it. So if you're telling me right now that getting your 2 is difficult in your first 30 days, if you cannot get your Ami and your burn in your first 30 days, you're trying to tell me indirectly that losing $7.8 million, it doesn't mean much to you. Now think about what $10 million would mean to you. Now think about what business can you do, all right, to generate $10 million just like that. And We are saying this to you. For you to unlock this, just make sure you sign up for 2 your first 30 days. And remember, these 2 you're signing up, you're not doing this every day, you're not doing this every week, you're not doing this every month, you're not doing it every year. This is the 2 you would sign on PythonSignal once and for all. Would you be excited to work for 30 days and relax for the next 30 years and ongoing? That's the idea of this plan. It is a true prosperity plan. So if getting 2 is too much for you, you're trying to say $7.8 million, that, oh, you don't care about it, it can go. So your first 30 days, you should be committed to getting your 2. And this brings me to the Anko strategy. Let me tell you about the Anko strategy. This brings me to the Anko strategy. I'll tell you. Let me tell you the fastest way to get your 2. Anybody who's put you on this call can actually guide you and help you to get your 2. Let me show you how that works. I want to show you the Anko strategy. A number of people are going to hear this Anko strategy for the first time. This is the Anko strategy. I designed this strategy recently, and this is how it works. This is the Anko strategy. Now, this is whoever signed you on board. So let's call this guy your sponsor or whoever. The guy who signs you on board, okay, he's committed to help you get your first person. Okay, he's going to give you that first person for free. Okay, very good. So that means within your first 30 days, all you have to do is just get one more person so that you do not lose that money. Okay, so all right, no, I got confused now. Claire, we started again. This is you. Okay, no, Claire this out. Do this again. This is you, for example. Okay, now the guy who put you on board, let's say he's a sponsor, for example, he's going to help you get your first person within your first 30 days. It's the Anko strategy. And this is a gift. He's going to gift you one person. So all you have to do within your first 30 days is to concentrate to get one more person. Okay, you know why? So that you can qualify, you don't lose out that 7.8 million. But now that's the Anko strategy. But listen carefully. This person that he gives to you, it's a gift that you're going to pay back. That means that you would be committed to make sure that you give this person one person within his own 30 days. So this person will be coming from you because this person came from your sponsor. So you give to get. You get the idea? So that you can help this guy to also get one of his persons so that he can qualify in his first 30 days. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Very simple. So because you got help, you should also give help. That's the Anko strategy. So your first month, the guy who's signing on board is working hard to make sure that he gives you one person. But that person that gives to you, you're also committed to make sure that you give him one person. And that means that person you're going to give to that person, he's also indebted to pay back. That's how it keeps going. So everybody in their first month can only get maybe one, and the other one gets from the upline. And guess what? I owe you. It's I owe you. So it simply means that this person that you sign on board personally, you're still going to give to one person as something that is owing, and it continues like that. So your first month, for those who are weak, they can actually just refer one person because their upline is helping them with one person. But that person that is given to you, please don't break the anchor. Don't break the bond. Make sure that you also help that person, that gift that was given to you. Make sure you pay back. You pay back. It's a pay forward system. And with this Anko strategy, I tell you, it's gonna be very, very, very impossible for anybody to lose this income. Very, very interesting. So that's it about the Anko strategy. You give to get, and that's it. You get to give back. And with that system, nobody should be losing the $7.8 million. Everybody should be qualified one time. And remember, this is the only requirement. So your 2 gets your 2-year rising stuff. Through the Anko strategy, you are not going to lose out from any of your income from the white star. Then the third income is the level bonus. This level bonus is what gives you a $5.1 million residual income every year. Now, the way it works is that when somebody comes on board PythonSignals, it's either on your first, your second, your third, your fourth, down to your 18th level. Okay? Now, it's a 2 by 18, meaning that everybody's first level, they've got 2 people. Okay, they've got 2 people in the first level. So you have 2 people in your first level. So the good thing here is that whatever subscription they do, you get 5% from each of them, each of their subscriptions for life. And this is paid as level bonus. This is not the white star bonus, this is not the rising star bonus. So if Army subscribes with $1,000, okay, you are going to be paid 5% of that, which is $50 as level bonus of Army subscription. And this happens for life. If Ben comes in with $500, you're going to be paid 5% of that, and that's $25. So it's not paid as a group, it is paid individually. And that's the beautiful part of it. So there's no balancing of leg here. Now, the advantage that in your second level, you get 4% of everybody's subscription for life. Your third level, you get 3% of everybody's subscription for life. Okay, it continues like that because everybody has 2 in the first level. And that's why your second level, you have 4 because Army has the 2, Ben has 2. Now, this continues down to the 18th level. Let me show you this carefully because I'm almost done. This is 18th level. Your first level, second level, third, fourth people that you have here. You have it here. See the number of people? The first level, you have 2 people. Second level, 4, 8, 16 people, 32 people, 64, 128, like this. All of these are number of people that will be in each of these levels. And if you add all these people together, okay, if you add these numbers together, this is where we arrived. This is where we arrived with this figure. This is how we arrived with this figure. This 524,000. These are the total number of people in the metrics. See how it makes sense now? And you are going to be paid $20 for each of them as white star bonus. All right. Now, this is getting really interesting. The first thing you need to note is that the advantage of this level bonus is that level bonus is the repeating commission percentage. Now look at this carefully. Remember I said first level, you get 5% of everybody's subscription individually. Second level, you get 4% individually. Third level, you get 3% of everybody's subscription individually. What about the fourth level? Somebody will say 2%. No, that's wrong. Look at it carefully. First level. Okay, I'm going to do this now. Look at it. I'm going to do this now. Look, first level, you got it. 5%. Second level, 4%. Third level, 3%. Fourth level, it repeats again. 5, 4, 3. Again, 5, 4, 3. It continues like that. It's a repeating percentage. So it doesn't reduce, it repeats. That's the first advantage of our binary metrics. Number 2 is that you can earn from one team. You can earn from one team. So what I mean by earn from one team is that there's nothing like greater leg or weak leg here. If there's nobody here, if for example there's nobody here, for example, it doesn't matter. You're still going to be paid 5% of Army subscription for life, 4% of Army subscription, then listen, the level doesn't have to be filled. It doesn't bother. It pays individually. It doesn't pay as a group. So there is no balancing of anything there. Everything is balanced here. It's a true prosperity model. Okay? It's a true prosperity model. I know of systems that a lot of people have millions of dollars in, I don't know, one leg, I don't know what it's that. And you're there, you can access it for life, and they tell you, oh, you have to do something else. No, nothing like that. There's no condition yet. And number 3 is spillover income. Now look at how the spillover income works. Imagine you refer 6 people, okay? And these 6 people are what you can see here. Imagine they come in with your own referral link. So they are your direct referrals. Army, Ben. How about the remaining 4 people? The system will automatically place the 3rd person on the Army, the 4th person on the Ben, the 5th person on the Army, and the 6th person on the Ben. Remember, you do not place. This is false metric. The system places them. But now Army is going to be earning 5% of Army subscription for life. Even though she did not refer, sorry, clear this. she's going to get 5%. Even though she didn't refer Andy, though Andy was a spillover from you, Amy is going to reap this for life. Though Annie is a spillover from you, Amy is going to reap this for you because these two people are on Amy's first level, and it is the rule. Okay? Why you are going to be earning 4% from both of them? Because they are on your second level. Now, I just told you an example of it happening to somebody under you. It can also happen to you. Because if you are on the first level of whoever is referring you, for example, it's most likely that you can get a spillover. Yeah, you can also get spillover from any level, okay? But on the first level, the possibility is higher. That's it. And there are people who have made so much money. So think about it this way. If Amy, for example, if Andy and Annie, they go ahead to become rising stars, that means this lady will just be any level bonus free of charge for life. In our system, there's no rule to earn. You can actually earn before you refer somebody if you have a spillover. Yes. You can earn before you refer anybody if you have a spillover. And that's very interesting. So that's the third advantage is spillover advantage. Then the fourth advantage is that the unlimited compression that allows you to earn beyond the 5th level. Sorry, beyond your 18th level. So if anybody hasn't reached subscribe, you earn for subscriptions below you. Now, the last thing I want to talk here is about the roadmap to the $5.1 million. Now, this roadmap is based on this assumption that everybody refers to their 2 in their first 30 days. If everybody refers to their 2 in their first 30 days, after 18 months, you would have earned a total of $5.1 million. After 18 months, you would have earned that a total of $5.1 million as level bonus. If everybody refers to their 2 in the first 30 days. And that's why we said, for your metrics to get filled up in 18 months, we ensure that there's a penalty for anybody who chooses not to break that flow. And that's why I would say anybody who's not referring their 2 in the first 30 days, they're automatically walking away from $7.8 million. So nobody wants to walk away from $7.8 million. And that's why everybody is motivated to ensure that they refer their 2 in the first 30 days. Remember, this is done one time. It's not done every week. It's not done every month. There's no requalifying for this one time. And with the Anko strategy, it's just about you working with just getting one conversion. Makes a lot of sense. So this is how it works. If you refer your 2 in your first 30 days, it means your level 1 will be filled. And we all assume that everybody's on a 1-year plan. Yeah. The level 1 is filled, and you earn $50 as level bonus. Not white star bonus, level bonus. Level 2, you're 4. Because these 2 people referred your 2. Okay? You earn $80 level bonus. Level 3, 8 people come in because the 4 people referred your 2 in the first month. You earn $120 in total level bonus. Now you're earning on the 4th month $400 extra. 5th month $800 extra level bonus. 6th month $960. 7th month $3,200. In Nigeria, this is over $1 million now. Okay. 8th month $5,120. 9th month $7,680. 10th month $25,600. Now remember that this income you're receiving is because 10 months ago you referred only 2 people. Nobody here referred more than 2 people. And everybody referred your 2 people in their first 30 days because nobody wants to lose $7.8 million from white star bonus. You see it? So the 2 you refer that qualifies you to become a rising star, the 2 you refer that qualifies you not to lose your $7.8 million white star bonus, it's still the 2 that contribute to the filling of your metrics. Fantastic. So there's nothing like a double work here. You work one time, you earn lifetime. Case closed. Look at what happened. 11th month, you earn $40,000 plus 1 month. 12th month, $61,000. 13th month, $204,000. 14th month, $327,000. 15th month, $491,000. 16th month, $655,000. 17th month, $1.3 million one single month. Now remember that you're earning $1.3 million just on level bonus. That's money. Okay? Because 17 months ago, you referred only 2. And everybody referred only 2 within their first 30 days. Yeah, that's it. And remember that as this is happening, as this structure is happening, it's because everybody is becoming rising star. Because as people are becoming rising star, your metrics is getting serious. So by the 18th month, look at what happened. You get 1.9 million. If you sum it together, you would have earned $5.1 million in 18 months. And do you know why this happens every year? Because everybody's subscription year, which is 1 year, expires after 1 year. So they're going to resubscribe. As they resubscribe, you're paid again. That's it. You heard me right, you're paid again. You're paid again. You heard me right, you're paid again. And now, that is why I needed to understand this carefully. This system is super structured. Do you know what I mean by super structured? This is what I mean by super structured. The system is super structured. That is why we say become a rising star. If as everybody is becoming a rising star, your metrics automatically get filled up on its own. And that's why we said your only focus here is to become a rising star. Not even the white star bonus, not even the level bonus, not the direct referral, just become rising star and let everybody become rising star. So as people are becoming rising star, making sure that they're referring their two personal two in the first day, automatically everything is filling up by itself. So the rising star is the driver, is the entire driver. Very, very simple plan. Coming to right, you would have earned 9 times. 9 times. You know why? This is the reason why. You'd have earned 9 times. This is the reason why. I'll show you. Number one, you'd have earned direct referral bonus from Army, and that's 15%. Number two, you'd have earned direct referral bonus from Ben. That's second income. Number three, you earn 5% level bonus. Assuming Army is your level 1. That's your third income. Number four, you earn 5% level bonus from Ben again. That's it. That's your fourth income. Okay? You also earn level bonus from Andy. Level bonus from Annie. 6. Level bonus from Bob. 7. Beatrice. 8. You've earned 8 times. Then once you become a rising star, remember you get a welcome bonus of $100. So you've earned 9 times becoming a rising star. So you can tell people, earn 9 times, become a rising star. So becoming a rising star pays you 9 times because you get direct referral bonus twice. You get level bonus 7 times. Sorry, yeah, 6 times. Okay, is that it? Yeah, 6 times. Then you get rising star bonus. And once this happens, you're qualified to start earning rising star. And automatically your metrics is populated. Imagine the system. It's so structured and it's so strategic. The last income is direct referral. There is no limit to as much people you can refer directly, but we tell you, you just need 2. Well, if you have a big team, you can do 10, you can do 20, but you just need 2. Now, of all the packages, okay, is how you get started. Of all the packages, okay, if you are on the lifetime galaxy, your direct referral bonus is 15%. It's 15%. Okay, it's 15%. But every other package is 10%. Now, if you are on gold and platinum, you do not earn rising star and white star bonus. So if someone is telling me right now that he's on gold or platinum indirectly, you don't earn rising star and white star. So $10 million is away from this guy. It's away from this guy. And that's why we say this is the most popular galaxy. The most popular. Galaxy is the most popular. Get it? That's it. Now, another thing about the galaxy is that it gives you an opportunity to earn, to save money. If you're paying $150 every 33 months, in 1 year, you would have paid $600. So instead of paying $600, you're saving as much as $100, just paying 1 year, one time. Okay, so you save $100. For platinum, you're saving $50. But for the lifetime galaxy, now let me tell you something, some good news and bad news. The lifetime galaxy previously was $500. It went to $1,000. Now it's $2,000. January 1st, it's going to be $4,000. You know why? Because it's unlimited. You don't have to pay subscription again. It's one time, lifetime, unlimited validity, and you have unlimited savings. That's it. So we tell people, if you don't have money at all, start with the galaxy. If you are like me who don't like paying again and again, do the lifespan. And that's it. Remember, in 1 year, this is the roadmap. This is the roadmap. Let me break it down for you. Do the $500 Galaxy. Work with the RSP, become a rising star. Okay, work with your members to become a rising star. In 6 months, you would have generated tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you can now take that money, start growing more Bitcoin. Yes. So now you have two engines, I call them two money machines. The RSP is generating some killing amount of money for you because that's residual income. The market keep and report is growing your Bitcoin at a terrible speed. And we can say it once again, welcome to life, welcome to money, welcome to freedom. So that brings me to the end of my presentation. Remember that the first 30 days for your Anko Strategy, you can get a sponsor to help you with one end. It's a gift that you pay back and the system can move it. Very, very simple. So if there's any question, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you very much and good morning from my side. Any question? Do I have any question? Because, okay, do I have any question? Let the person, okay. What happens to special merit will I be qualified for getting them within 2 months? What's that? Can you go through the weekly market calls and report? All right, for the weekly market calls and report, I'm doing a webinar this Saturday. And the webinar, I would be explaining how to interpret these calls. Okay, I'm doing a webinar, and that webinar, I'll be explaining how to interpret this call on Saturday this week. So I'm going to attend there. I'm going to show you how you can get to an exchanger, how you can swap from a stable, how you can do this easily. Because I know that's your question. How you can actually swap from stable coins, volatile back to stable. I'm going to show you how to do that easily. So 15 minutes, 20 minutes, we're done. I'm doing that this Saturday. Okay. Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? If you have a question, just raise up your hand. If there's no question, so I shall assume that I was a good teacher. Okay. Hi. Is one able to upgrade on the packages? Yes, sure. Then you do not pay the difference. You pay the full amount. So if, for example, you're on gold and you're moving to Galaxy, you're still going to pay $500, and that's it. This recorded. Oh, sure. Wendy recorded it. So, what other question? Okay, thanks. All right, great. The future has already started. There's one thing you can do. You can sit back and nothing happens, or you can take advantage of opportunity and something great start happening. You would never regret the opportunities you did and you didn't succeed in, but the opportunities you never attempted. Okay, somebody say thank you. Helped clear the law. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Now, this I'm going to end. If you actually like what you saw, just send the word 777 3 times. Put it on the group right now, on the chat right now. If you actually love what you heard, put the word 777, 777. I posted my 777. If you actually came in right now, woo, so many 77 coming through. Just put the 777. I want to see that energy, 777. If you love what you're seeing, if you love what we're doing in PythonSignals, post the word 777. I want to get more 777. We need them coming in. More 77 are coming in. More 77 coming in. Go on the chat and click on chat and click 77. I can see a dozen of 777. I can see a dozen. I need more 777. I need more. More are coming. I need 777 coming in. I need more 77 coming in. Now, if you are coming on this call for the first time, if you're yet to be a subscriber, thank you for the 7. Thank you for the 7 who are coming. Please get back to the person. Remember, you want to be on the first level on that person. Work on a 6 month, grow your RSP, become a rising star, get a lot of income, get into the exchange, start growing your Bitcoin. And remember, our target is to help you retire in 2 years or less. In the absence of no question, I want to say once again, thank you very much for being my guest. Thank you very much, Wendy, for being my special guest. And thank you very much for everybody who was here. I see a Young, I see a number of people. I love you all. And remember, we're ready for the work. And let's do this together. Thank you very much, and God bless, and have a good day. Bye for now.